Hi everyone, welcome to my next video. This is an experiment because it's the first time I've used my gimbal and I still have pretty much no clue what I'm doing, so I'm going to go for it and see what happens. And I've got an interesting video hopefully for you today because some of you have been curious about when I mentioned my RV adventure for 2 years across the country just by myself with my 2 dogs. And yes, I had some fun times. I saw beautiful places. I met nice people. Yet overall, I encountered some scary things, some circumstances that I'm very glad that I was able to avoid. And I decided that RV life was not for me. And that was a major reason why I came back home to New England and bought this cabin. So I'm going to flip this around and take you along with my hiking because I can't look at the phone while I walk. I need to look at the trail. It's a beautiful day out here. It's a little bit windy, but I hope this video comes out. And I'm going to share some spooky things that happened to me while I was out there by myself. And I'm glad for that because I learned a lot. I learned a lot about watching these YouTube videos from our full-time Rv'rs who don't always show you the parts that go wrong. So I'm going to flip this around. I apologize for my lack of editing, videoing skills rather. And I do hope this comes out because it's such a beautiful day. And I have Mags on a leash because she will take off. If she sees a deer, she is gone. And the geese are back. I love to hear the geese. Sheppy just tried to chase them, but of course he'll never catch them. So what I did was, I decided to just sell my house in New Hampshire. Oh gosh, maybe 8 years ago now, was it? Time flies. Because I had seen all these RV people on YouTube. And it just looked so darn exciting. Taking off, seeing the world, being independent, exploring. And I thought, heck, that's for me. I'm going to do that. So I bought a brand new Ford pickup, which I still have today. I bought a secondhand 22-foot camper with everything I needed. Very comfortable bed, little kitchen, little bathroom, everything. And so off I went. Now, the first thing I learned was do not ever be the only camper in a campground. No matter how nice it looks, no matter how safe you feel. This is what happened to me, or almost happened to me, rather. I was in upstate New York, beautiful campground, and I thought, wow, I have the place to myself. This is really cool. Found a beautiful place by a stream. Had a black lab at the time. His name was Barney. He loved the stream. He was in that thing almost all the time, swimming, wading, all of that. And so one night, my trailer kind of gave a little shake, and I thought, that's weird. Maybe that's the wind or something. So I went back to sleep. Well, not too much longer, it kind of wiggled again, and I thought, maybe it's a bear or something. I don't know. Whatever it is, I'm not going out there. Well, Barney started growling, and the shaking stopped. Well, in the morning, there was a small pile of cigarette butts not too far from my trailer, and those cigarette butts were not there the day before. So someone had been near my trailer, and that freaked me out. Someone had been watching me. So I packed up and I got out of there. But off I went, positive, adventurous me, thinking, that's okay. Things happen. I'll be fine. So, let's see. Oh, I found a beautiful spot. I think I was in Ohio. I don't remember. Beautiful, beautiful spot near a lake. Other people around. Water was perfect for swimming. I had a blast. Well, after a few days, my truck wouldn't start. And I thought, what's up with this? It's a brand new truck. So I opened up the hood, and the gas line had been completely chewed in half. So I called the lady at the office, and she laughed, and she said, "Oh, the water rats do that all the time. You shouldn't have parked next to the lake." Huh! I wish she'd told me that when I first got there. Apparently it happens to a lot of people. So I had to beg the Ford dealership to come get me, tow my truck, and fix it. This gimbal's acting up a little bit, I'm sorry. Which they did. But I didn't know anything about water rats. I didn't know water rats crawled under engines and chewed wires. That's crazy. So, lesson learned, and off I went to another place. Well, I decided, gosh, it's hard to keep track where I went. I went to so many places. Found myself in Wyoming, and I thought, you know what? I'm going to camp in the middle of nowhere because I want to be like these people on YouTube, in the middle of nowhere, and enjoy the solitude and the scenery and just be completely separate from all civilization, right? So, boy, I found it. Public lands, you can park for free. I think it's a 2-week limit. Isn't this beautiful? And so there I was on top of this hill, completely alone, not a soul in sight. So I woke up in the middle of the night thinking, you know what, Barbara, this is kind of stupid. What if your truck doesn't start? What if something happens? There's nobody out here. Even if you scream, nobody would hear you. I don't know anything about the engine of my truck, even though it's brand new. What if I got a flat tire? I mean, that is so easily a possibility, right? So I thought, well, this isn't a good idea. So I left. So I can't remember all the places I went to. I did have a lot of fun. There's a nice bench here to sit on. Look at the view. A beautiful view. It's about high tide right now, but there's some serious cliffs here, so I have Maggie on a leash, and Sheppy knows not to go near the cliffs. So that's why I let him run loose. Now here's another adventure that I learned from, and that is, I went to, gosh, this gimbal's acting up, I'm sorry. I went down to Corpus Christi, Texas, where you can actually camp on the beach for free, right? And I think it was a 2-week limit. So I drove down there. And I'm going to stop for a minute because this gimbal's acting up. When I got down there, the beach was absolutely stunning. But it was so darn windy, I decided against it. I didn't want all the sand scratching my truck. So I ended up staying in a campground. Now, a week later, or maybe it was even 2 weeks later, I learned that there had been a couple who had stayed on that beach the same weekend I was planning to, and they had been found buried in the sand. Their truck and rig had been stolen, and the people who had taken it were apprehended at the border trying to return back to Mexico. Now, they had a brand new truck. I had a brand new truck. Could have been me. It wasn't. But what really hit home to me was they had lived in the next town over, where I had lived in New Hampshire. And they had taken off with the same excitement and the same dream of exploring this country. And that's what happened. I just realized that, yes, there's risk in everything. And no, I'm not a pessimistic person that worries or forecasts doom and gloom. But I realized that this is not such a friendly world, and to be careful and to be aware of things that can happen. Well, I decided that I was going to head back to New England. Now, here's one last tip for anybody traveling alone. Do not depend on Google Maps because what I thought were shortcuts took me through cornfields, through long dirt roads that went on and on and on for miles, to where I eventually lost cell service and had absolutely no clue which way to go, other than just knowing where the sun was, what time of day it was, and just hoping that by keeping going in the same direction, I would find my way. And eventually I did. But when you see signs like, Margaret's Place, 2 miles to the right, well, who the heck is Margaret? And these signs are ancient. They've probably been there for 50 years. So, again, as an adventurous soul, yes, I did have fun. I did see a lot of this beautiful country. Yet, there's nothing like having your own home base. And I will camp and explore northern Maine, the western part, and I am very excited to do videos about that. I've not been out there, so I plan to do that this summer. But having a home base is so meaningful to me. I did not like the feeling of being a nomad. I just felt lost and disconnected. So if any of you have any questions, any comments, please feel free to ask me. I am not, again, trying to be discouraging. I'm just trying to reveal the things that happened to me and help you become more aware if you're planning your own trip. And again, we don't know what we don't know until we encounter these situations. So thank you so much, everyone. I'm so enjoying my channel. Please feel free to subscribe if you haven't already. Hit the like, and again, feel free to comment. Have a great day, everyone. Take care.